I really don't feel good right here. This is getting a lot.
Is anyone here? What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
Hello everyone, my name is Joshua. I'm from Sabah. Right now I'm 22 years old. I just graduated from university in December. My story starts a long time ago actually. It started when I was a kid, really. I had a dream that the house that my parents were building, the house that I'm in right now, that even before they started to build it, when there was still just empty ground, empty lot, I had a dream that some sort of being, some sort of entity was coming out of the ground telling me to stay away from this place, don't come here. And then after that, it was a reoccurring dream. I had that dream many times when I was a kid. I thought it was just a nightmare. That's just something that, kids, they dream a lot of things. And then when they started to build up the house, but we haven't started living there yet, I had another dream. And then that dream was about the same thing, but this time those beings, they were more clear. You could see that they have taken form. They have structure, you can see their bodies, I guess. And they told me about the same thing. Don't come here, stay away, don't live here. And that was another dream that kept reoccurring. But then after that, I thought still, it's just another dream. It's just another thing that kids, they dream about these things. Maybe I watched a scary movie that night. When we finally finished our house, I had a dream. This time, these entities, these beings, they look actually human, coming out of the walls of the house, of my actual house that I'm living in right now, and they're telling me, don't come here, don't live here, go away. At that point, I thought, maybe something is going to happen if we live there, but still, I have not seen anything at all. These are just dreams, and I thought, I'll just let it go. And then the year I actually started living in that house, I experienced abnormal things, supernatural things. The first experience was, I was in the bathroom, I still remember this. I had the door open, there was a huge mirror there. I was getting ready for some sort of event or something. And I saw something pass by me from behind. Something like a shadow, but it wasn't really a shadow. It wasn't very big, it wasn't like a human-like figure. Maybe it looked like a cat, probably. So I thought, maybe it's a cat. It passed by from behind. But one of the things, I don't have a cat at that time. I thought it was just my mind playing tricks on me, so I just let it go. So I continued to get ready, brush my teeth, and then I saw the same thing again from the mirror that I was looking straight into. In the back of me, the being that I saw earlier, it came back and went into my room. And at that time, I was freaked out. I was scared out of my mind. I told my parents, I told my sister actually, and they didn't believe me. They thought I was just crazy and all. They convinced me enough that I let it go. But eventually, I started seeing other things. I'll paint you a picture. My toilet, our toilet is at the end of a hallway. And within that hallway, there are rooms there. Like there's a toilet here and then hallway and rooms. And then that hallway leads into the living room. So my first actual sighting, I guess, would be a being, an entity, standing right at the hallway. Every day, every night, every evening, that being would be there in the hallway, just staring at me. No one else could see, only I could see. And to me, it was clear enough that I could identify what it looks like, basically. So it looked like it was in probably teenage years or young adult, and she had long hair, her face was pale, her eyes were white, bleeding. I couldn't see her mouth, I couldn't see her feet or her hands, but I could see her figure, long hair, bleeding eyes, just staring at me every night, every day. And when that person saw what I drew, they confirmed to me. And they said, yes, I saw this at your house. And everyone freaked out. Everyone started believing me. My parents tried to call a pastor, because we are Christian. My parents started to talk to a pastor to come to our house, pray for the well-being of the house. My grandfather One of his friends recommended seeing this, I guess, witch doctor, Bomo. Asked her to come to our house to check it out and all that. So she came to the house, she checked it out, she prayed. She also asked us to cut down a tree because she said that that tree is where that being is living. My father wanted to cut the tree anyway, so he cut it down. But at that time, I still saw that being in the hallway every night, every evening. But eventually, she just disappeared. In my house right now, about 5 beings that I see on a regular basis. And the other one is actually a little girl. I would say she's probably 9 years old or younger. Around that age. She looks around that age. And she looked like she was wearing one of those old-time dresses that you would see in cartoon shows like Alice in Wonderland. My house we have 2 floors. On the ground floor is the kitchen area and the garage, and the top floor is where the bedrooms and the living room is. At this time, I was in the ground floor, in the kitchen. I was just reading my book. I was reading some comics. At the stairwell, I could feel like someone was staring at me. I put down my book and I saw for a moment a figure of that little girl with that old-time dress staring at me, laughing at me, and she climbed up the stairs. I was so scared I ran out of the house. Near my house, we have a shed where we keep our tools and things that we don't want to use anymore. And next to the shed, we have a lime tree. So one evening, my mom said, "Can you get some limes at the lime tree?" So it was evening. I thought nothing of it. I just went to the tree. I went to pick some limes. I passed the shed. I saw nothing. And then going back to the house, past the shed once more. And then right there, sitting right there on the shed, on the stairs of the shed, was another being. Looked probably 20 or older, 20 years old or older. She had long hair and she was wearing a mask, like those traditional Japanese masks. And she had really long fingernails, and she looked at me doing this with her fingernails. I was freaked out. I ran back to the house. That was probably the first and the last time I saw her, but she has really left an impression on me because, damn, she was scary. The Bomo that came here the first time around, she said that my house is directly, they say Jalan Hantu, so it's the road where ghosts pass by.
What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.